Good morning. Welcome to day 72 of my Munros challenge. Now, been a change of plan already. I was actually heading off to route number 98 this morning, but the fog was that bad. I changed my mind and I've come back to do route number 87, which is Benmore and Stob Binnein. I drove past Benmore earlier this morning and it looked reasonably clear, but the further west I was getting, the worse the fog was getting. So very quick change of plan, so we're gonna have to wing it a bit today. So I parked on the roadside just outside Larrick near Benmore Farm. There's a track immediately opposite which is skirting its way up the mountain. Now there is cloud and fog up there, but believe me, it's a lot clearer than where I've just been. So I'm hoping we've made a good choice. Anyway, track up the mountain for now. I'm not sure if you can hear the cuckoos. It must be indicative of this part of the world, but every day so far I've been listening to cuckoos. There must be a lot of them around here. So we're at junction. This is the Benmore path. Going straight up the side, and this is the track I'll be on when I come back. So the plan is to go straight over the top, drop down to the Beelac, up the other Munros, back to the Beelac, down the side and wrap around. There you go, that's the plan. But this is pretty much a beeline for the top, very steep. So the path does rise very steeply. A lot of erosion control in extremely well walked path, as you probably expect with the signage we've had. It's going straight up the side. We're actually starting to get one or two views if you look. I suspect when I do a map check later I've been over them. Wow, what a fantastic footpath. A lot of work has gone into this, back-breaking work, I'm sure. So you see the path weaving down to the track we came up earlier. There's a roadside. Clouds are coming in, not going out. Stan can't wait. Unfortunately, the hill fog has come in. You can see it's nothing to see at the minute. I'm sitting at around about 750 metres, so there's another 400 metres of ascent, so I'm hoping we'll climb out of it. Now I don't want to get overly excited, but I do believe it's trying to clear. Shall I send Stan to the top and ask him? Is it clear up there, Stan? So here we have it, the top of Benmore. Wow, trig point over there, huge cairn here. Looks like we're just above the cloud, but only just. So no view to speak of, fortunately. The mighty Benmore. So dropping straight over the other side into the Beelac, and they'll try and pick up a track up Stob Binnein. Just looking back up Benmore. This path is quite an obvious path, dropping down the shoulder to the Beelac. Very well walked. So even in poor visibility, you've got a good chance of staying on track. So there's a Beelac, and that's Stob Binnein trying to peek out the fog and the cloud on the other side. So I'm almost at the Beelac, and I'm just looking up, and the cloud has cleared from Stob Binnein. Very steady gradient, nice gradient, much much kinder than the gradient on Stob Ban on Benmore. Sorry, much kinder than the gradient on Benmore. I'm afraid it's going to be one of those days. The cloud has decided to wrap itself around the mountain. What a shame. There we are, Stob Binnein. What a shame. What an absolute shame. Inside of a cloud. These are two mighty mountains. I was hoping to get some fabulous views. Anyway, head back down to that Bielak. There we go, Benmore again, appearing out of nowhere. Been thick as a bag coming down here, and all of a sudden it clears. So I'm almost back at the Bielak. You can see there's a path forking left, wrapping round the side of the mountain. That's the one I'll be taking back home. Well, can you believe that? It's cloud free now. That's law of the sod. I don't know. Yeah, we're on the path now, skirting around the side of the mountain. This cloud's dropped in again. It's even enveloped the Bielak. It's a bit like that movie, The Fog. It feels like the clouds are chasing me. You see them wrapping down the hill after me. So we're on this this path which descends ever so gradually as it wraps around the mountain. This is a totally different path to what we came up. It does descend reasonably steadily, let's say, but you're in and out of bits of bog, bits of grass, hardly a path at all, then a big path. It's in fact you can see a chap ahead wandering his way down. It's different again to the path we came up. I've just spied the turning circle at the end of the Land Rover track, and that's where we're heading for on this footpath, and then we'll be following the Land Rover track back to the car. So look over there, some cloud free Munros. Typical. Ah well, at the turning circle, Land Rover track. I'm going to follow this all the way back to where we parked the car. Hi, welcome to day 72 on my Munro challenge. So today I set off to do route number 98, but the fog and the weather got that bad driving there. I did a U-turn and came back to do route 87, which was Benmore and Stob Binnein. As I passed them this morning, because I'm based in Killing at the minute, they actually look quite reasonable. I could see the top, and I just seemed to be driving into bad weather, so that's why I made that decision. Now the irony of this is I have been saving Benmore for a big sunshine day, because I just expect it dominates the area, so I just expected the views to be awesome, and there you go, that's irony for you. So Benmore translates to big hill, and Stob Binnein translates to peak of the anvil. So there you go. What can I say? It was very steep, pretty much from the off, from the roadside, and it didn't relent all the way to the top. Absolutely fabulous path. There's been loads of work on it, erosion control, various steps being put in. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong, but it is steep. There's no two ways about it. It's a steep path. I can't really say much about the views because I just didn't get any. It's such a shame. The drop down to the Bielak was reasonably steep as well. In fact, the climb up to Stob Binnein, or not as steep, was still a pull. And Stob Binnein is only about 10 metres lower than Benmore. So it's a very, very big mountain, both of them. Just such a shame. I did get glimpses of, obviously when the cloud was in and out, of Stob Binnein, and I have to say I thought it was very Everest looking at the time, and not realising what the translation was, so maybe anvil looking. The track back from the Bielak down to the Land Rover track is quite tricky actually. It's totally opposite to the one earlier. It can be boggy in places, grass sods, it's steep in places, but then in other places it traverses. You're kind of in and out of path, very, very unkept, if you like, how paths used to be. So the day, it took me about 5¼ hours. So there's 4,238 feet of ascent, and that is steep ascent. So consequently, it took quite a while just to do 7 miles. And I think it was just the severity of the slope which makes the day so long for such a short distance. Absolutely fabulous day, despite the lack of views.